Iowa Utes.
Norma Carr is now in the Crimson Club Hall of Fame for the impact she had at the U. But this coach, athlete, and administrator spent decades elevating women's athletics around the country.
It's just like growing a garden. You got to start somewhere and you mold it and you form it, and there you have it.
She makes it sound easy, but it's a lot of work, and she's used to work. Growing up in Centerville, Norma Carr was a normal kid. Back then, normal meant work on the farm, go to school, and if you played sports, you had to be a boy.
As I would feed the animals, we had a walnut tree that we never ate the walnuts. So we had an old bat, and I would pick those up and try to swing and hit the walnuts against the tree and bust the husks off, and I'd do the same thing throwing it. So you learn to be pretty accurate with and control.
A lot of what Norma did was self-taught because there weren't any programs for young girls, not even in high school. They had girls' sports in college, and Norma was a 5-sport athlete at BYU, but not a penny of a scholarship because she's a girl.
It's kind of like a coach thing that I think that's why we went back into what we did, because of what she did for us, because she gave so much for us as female athletes in the state of Utah.
In her first job, Norma coached Lori Parrish-Salvo and Shar Waite at Davis High School in the early 70s, before girls had sanctioned sports.
We've come a long way on uniforms because we had these gold one-piece little snap things. They were mustard color with pinstripes.
Then, in 1974, they had a girls' state tournament.
I think that Shar and I were both part of that thing of being the first athletes to get scholarships in Utah and playing the very first ever state tournaments. You know, and she started that for us, and so to this day I could never give her enough for what she's given to us in the women's sports.
Of course, Norma gives credit to her principal at the time and later to the University of Utah for letting her coach softball, volleyball, and basketball teams to victories. She credits her mentors and Salt Lake Community College for making her the first woman in the state to run an entire collegiate athletic department. When she started here, they only had men's and women's basketball. Now they have volleyball, baseball, and softball, some national champions, and incredible new facilities she planted and grew.
What a learning experience this building was. I could tell you every kind of basket in the country, what the name of this vendor was, what it was. I could tell you floors, I could tell you everything. It was such a learning experience, but the architect that helped us build this building was very user-friendly, and we were always in the loop right through the building phase of this, so it was a great learning experience and fun to be involved with.
The physical growth is one thing. The learning growth is everlasting. Norma started the No Greater Heroes program, where student athletes and cheerleaders encourage elementary school kids to do positive things instead of drugs or alcohol, and to accept responsibility.
You know, it's not the winning and the losing. That's part of it. But it's the other parts that are the most important parts, because athletics is what I call teaching people to be leaders for life. Everything you do in athletics, setting goals, having setbacks, resetting goals, learning to be competitive. We're in a competitive world in life. You know, everything we do teaches us, athletics can teach you those skills for life and how to handle life.
Norma says it wasn't equality, but fairness that sparked her drive to get girls' sports sanctioned and to get scholarships for girls in college. Like her garden, the seedlings she planted in sports are now full-grown programs that give back to the community.
We had to go in by twos to talk to her.
Lori is a mom, coach, and leader. Shar is a teacher, mentor, and elementary school principal. They, along with thousands of other women, were coached in life by Norma Carr.
I'd have to say she was just a determined pioneer that was undaunted in her pursuit to give to all girls of all ages this opportunity to not only perform athletically, but develop that confidence to stand up and be proud of who they are.